Ladies and gentlemen, for the last few hours, there have been a lot of rumors circulating around the Nagrota military station in Jammu and Kashmir, but a lot of things being said about it. We've been very, very careful not to report it till the time we get a confirmation. Now, confirmation coming in from the Indian Army, and they've said that there was a suspicious movement near the perimeter of the Nagrota military station. The sentries challenged those suspicious people, and brief exchange of fire took place with a suspect. Sentry has sustained minor injury. Now the search operation is underway to track the intruder, the person who attempted to in fact intrude into the Nagrota military station. This is very, very important information update which is coming in. Shivaru joins me at this moment. Shiv, and I saw that there was a lot of rumor mongering around Nagrota. We were waiting for this confirmation. Now the Indian Army putting out a very detailed confirmation about what had happened there.
Absolutely shocking and irresponsible, comments on social media by certain journalists and even some senior veterans, which had gone viral, making Nagrota, a sort of big trending topic for the last couple of hours, leading to a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor mongering over what had happened. People had started making all kinds of claims over what had really happened. Thankfully, we waited on the story because we, of course, do not speculate here on NDTV. And the army has just clarified that this was nothing like what some verified journalists and veterans have been peddling on social media in a most irresponsible manner, especially at a sensitive time like this, in the context of the ceasefire, the violations that are happening, etc. Ankit, and the actual story is far more anodyne than what it was made out to be. There was some suspicious movement near the Nagrota military station. There was an exchange of fire by the alert army sentry there. There was a brief exchange of fire. He sustained some injuries, and now there is a cordon and search operation that's on around the Nagrota military station for the suspicious person, a terrorist or a militant or whoever it is. But nothing like what it was being made out to be by some journalists and veterans. So it's important, to navigate a tense time between two countries, especially at a time when India has said it has changed its rules of engagement as far as terror is concerned, by whipping up this kind of rumor mongering and endangering many things.
Absolutely, and there is no excuse not to verify and put these things out. And remember, already there have been these mistakes which have been made by certain other journalists and media organizations, and that of course then becomes more imperative to double check everything that you're putting out at this moment. It is because being watched by the enemy as well. And Pakistan, Shiv, we've seen how throughout the day of old videos from all across the world being used to throw propaganda to try and give out this picture that they somehow had some sort of an upper hand. In that context, it becomes very, very important to be responsible in what we put out. But apart from this, also, Shiv, just for the clarity of our viewers, it also shows at this moment that the situation inside also is very alarming. There are still those people within the country, at least if there are terrorists sponsored by Pakistan, so on and so forth, those who are trying to do whatever they can in help of the enemy.
You're very right, and at a time when emotions are high over what is happening between India and Pakistan, that makes such incorrect information and misinformation absolutely nuclear. It goes viral very, very fast. Nagrota is a word that has become a trending topic, like I said, in the last couple of hours, which is frankly very scary. And you're right, Ankit. I agree with you that at a time like this, it has the potential to actually, cause something else entirely. The enemy is watching. The enemy is aware of India's every move. The enemy might alter its tactics and the way it is looking at the rules of engagement, even for this ceasefire that has been entered into with India, depending on how India treats these issues, looking at Nagrota, etc. So I think there's a very, very big lesson to be learned here by the people who've been peddling this nonsense, and obviously NDTV once again proven right about it.
Shiv, I know it's been a very, very long day for you as well, but as the situation, it's a very dynamic situation, still a lot of things moving, on both sides, and we'll keep reporting this. I request you to stay on. I also want to give our viewers, that there is a briefing of the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, which is taking place as we speak. We'll see what he's saying, and this will also have a lot of indications of how things possibly may pan out. Though all of us know that Shehbaz Sharif possibly doesn't have, his word doesn't matter too much. Even within Pakistan, it's the army which has to decide what happens from here on. But a very quick break, ladies and gentlemen. We are coming back. Stay tuned.